Ooh, you know some serious stuff's gonna happen when this warning shows up.
And I hope it gets better. I hope maybe I can look back on this review and be like, oh, you stupid silly. You were so wrong when you were saying this right here. You were so wrong. You were so wrong with this review.
Guys, it's happened. Finally. This has been the episode I've been waiting for. It got good again. While this doesn't fix all of the gripes I had with last episode, this was very much a marked improvement and addressed a lot of the things that I was, like, not thrilled about from last time. I'm super excited. I'm glad. I'm glad they're actually thinking about it. Let's just dive into the review, right?
Gotcha, bitch! What's the status of
This shot is beautiful. These sequences of the explosion, wow, like, just, if you could have taken this sequence and shown it to me back in Volume 1 and told me it was the same show, I would never have believed you, because it's just so beautiful. Their lighting effects have always been really good. You sneaky devil.
They were still inside!
Yeah, this moment with Marrow could have happened without the stuff he did last episode. Like, I still would have believed he cared. Yeah, I know it's stupid to, like, praise a voice actor for only having, like, one word of their dialogue, but Jessica Negri is getting so good with Cinder.
No.
Listen to that, she's impressed me so much this volume. I really just heap praise onto her, because she deserves it. This whole scene between both Cinder and Watts is really good with their voice performances. Like, top tier. This is some of the best performances from the whole show, not just this volume. So, congratulations, both of you. Congratulations all around.
What do you mean she'll destroy herself? How am I supposed to take her power if she's dead?
All you have ever been is a bloody migraine!
You know, I couldn't help but wonder, if this scene is gonna make people start shipping Watts and Cinder more. You know, the whole, like, oh, they hate each other, that means they must be in love. I don't see that trope much anymore, though. See, I saw a lot of people, they seemed confused when Nora says her "it's only a part of you" thing to Penny. A lot of people in my comments were like, well, she's a robot, so it should overpower her. Well, like this thing Watts is saying here.
As much as I hate to admit it, there seems to be some part of her capable of resisting.
She's not all a robot. She does have a spirit, a soul, aura. There is a part of her that is not AI, that is not electronic, that cannot be controlled by electronics. That's the reason she's able to fight off Watts' virus, because she's not wholly metal. She's not entirely just a wired person. There's a human aspect to her. Okay, shout out to Watts for saying what everyone's been screaming at their screens for the last 3 some odd years now. Just laying it on to Cinder and telling her what a fuck up she is. Because yes, and it's true, her plan has failed every single time. Charge in, try to fight, lose. Charge in, try to fight, lose. It's the things like, she keeps repeating the same mistakes because it worked that one time. She was able to distract everyone with the attack on Beacon. No one expected this thing to happen. She was able to charge in, steal the maiden powers off of a maiden that was already very inexperienced and incredibly weakened on death's door already. So yeah, it worked that first time. She keeps thinking she can just charge in and do it again, but without nearly as much setup or planning or like putting any thought into it, and Watts just tells her that flat out, and it's so cathartic to hear. It's so good. What a good scene. What a good Watts scene. And I'm glad that she doesn't just kill him, because that would have been kind of boring, and it would have proved that she isn't really thinking about it. Like he says, she needs to be smarter. And by killing Watts, all she's doing is ignoring the truth, and then would probably just go off and continue to make the same mistakes, but she doesn't do that. She's listening to him. I like this because we also get to see adult Cinder express some emotions other than just confident or kind of angry. It's nice seeing her have a moment of reflection, and she does realize, yes, it's not working out the way she thought. Just because she has power, this does not make her any better than she was back when she was a little girl at that hotel. So I'm excited to see where Cinder is going to move forward from here, specifically with Watts.
Hazel?
Oh, honey, I don't think he made it. So this is the sequence that, like, really helped make this feel better for me compared to last time, because if you did watch my last review, I had a lot of issue with Emerald suddenly joining the good guys.
You can't be serious. You want us to work with her?
And the fact that we are questioning her, like Yang and Jean clearly don't trust Emerald, does help. And the fact that Emerald even flat out says that, yeah, maybe we should just split up and not join each other, because she doesn't like them either. The fact that Ren is so insistent on keeping her around is a little confusing. Like, I feel like they're just using his, like, new semblance ability as an excuse to skip over certain aspects of seeing his character actually develop with other characters. And I hope they don't use this as a crutch, but it's got a bad track record so far, so I hope it also, it is very much built up in a way that Emerald could flip back over. Like, if Cinder showed up, she could very much team up with Cinder again. There's nothing saying that she is definitely on board with staying with the heroes, so, you know, it could go either way. And I'm glad that we're at least addressing it. And they are talking about, yeah, she collapsed, she was part of the fall of Beacon, she was part of the reason why Yang lost her arm. There's a lot of things in here that was a part of her fault, and I'm glad they didn't all just become buddy-buddy best friends overnight.
That's how you did that? Using all of the stored up power.
As much as I hate it when we try to explain how the magic works in shows, the way we're explaining how the Kane's magic worked last time, I think is it's a good thing, because now we can't be sitting here going, well, you did that giant mega explosion last time, just do it again. Well, the Kane doesn't have enough energy in it to do that again, so there's your excuse, there's your reason.
Actually, that wasn't our payload, sir. I brought it back with us.
Well, gee, I wonder if he's gonna use the bomb on Mantle. Yup, sure does.
Meaning Watts was either incompetent or he betrayed us.
Well, you know he's not incompetent, since he was the one who took over all of the electronics you had back in Season 3, and then you asked him to do his thing, in which he clearly did it. So, what a surprise! He betrayed you! Who saw this coming?
Operative Schnee, let them go.
Does anyone else get really big death flags coming from Winter now? I like how you could tell that, like, Neo was trying to cover up her face so you couldn't get a picture of her. That's cute. I also like how everyone, me included, we're all like, what's her wish gonna be? What is she gonna, her question, what's she gonna ask Jin? Well, she's not. She's gonna use it as leverage. Awesome. I think that's way better. This is so smart. I'm excited to see how this turns out now, too. Oh my god, my sister. I'm gonna run up and love you and hug you so much. Oh my god, my cat girlfriend. Let me come and embrace you. Yeah, Weiss, you're here too. Make out. Kiss each other. Kiss her. Make out with each other already. Fuck! Like, stop fucking blue ballsing us on this. Just do it. Just commit to it. Just fucking do it. Just make them kiss already. Stop beating around the bush and be like, oh, hint, hint, tee-hee, maybe, you never know, maybe. Just fucking do it. Grow some balls and show us the lesbians kissing each other already, would you? What is this? I don't understand what's happening with Ruby's face here. Her cheeks become, like, brown? Like, ashen? I don't know. Is this supposed to be, like, fear or anger? Like, rather than being, like, blushies, like she was, like regular blush, it's a weird shade. I don't know what they were going for with this. Okay, look, I want to say something. Weiss's dialogue has been kind of lackluster this volume.
Those ships, they were going to save people.
It's something Booby tweeted about on Twitter, and I was talking to them there as well, but it was something I was thinking about before that, too, where it's like, her lines of dialogue sound like emotionless. Like, especially, like, earlier, she sounded like a bad navigational system in some PlayStation 2 video game, you know?
You're in the agricultural area. Just head to this access point to reach the Red Line subway tunnel. Then follow the route I've drawn for you.
It's just, all of her lines, just they don't hit right. They don't have any emotion in them. And maybe it's because a lot of her lines are, like, few and far between this volume. Like, Weiss has nothing to do this volume. So maybe Kara's just having a hard time, like, gauging what her emotion is supposed to be. Maybe it's a directing thing. Like, maybe they didn't give her enough direction, or they thought her lines were good enough, so they didn't bother having her, like do it again. I don't know. I don't know how the setup goes with her recording her lines or anything, but it's disappointing, because her lines have always been way better than almost everyone else's. Like, Kara's been one of the best voice actresses they've ever had, even as far back in the very beginning of the show, and it's disappointing having Weiss's lines be so meh now. I hope it gets better. I hope it's just this volume. The fact that Weiss has nothing to do all volume. I do it all because I'm evil. So, what a surprise. Evil Ironwood is now evil. What a surprise. But I think this is, like, I get the ultimatum. Get it? That's the name of the episode. I get it. It makes sense. And I'm fine with this shift. You know, we're trying to make him a villain, and I think we could have done it without the, like, cartoonishly overdoing it. Like, have him be lit from behind, so he's all in shadows, like an evil bad guy. Have him shoot a council member, blah, he's evil. I think we could have built up to this without ruining the character and just turning it into a caricature of a Scooby-Doo villain. But it's fine. We needed a villain. Ironwood worked from last time. If the setup he got last volume does work well, but this volume, the thing that doesn't make any sense is what he's saying doesn't make sense because he knows what Watts did with Penny. He knows Watts hacked into Penny. And yeah, he gave that things like he's either incompetent or he betrayed us. But you watched him do it. Like, if you put two and two together, it's not a surprise. You know Salem's Forces is there to get the relic. Even if Watts betrayed you, he's still going to need to get to the relic eventually. And Ironwood knows Penny's been compromised because of Watts' virus, because he was standing right in fucking behind him when he did it. So he should know Penny might not be fully all there in her head in order to respond to this message. So it's kind of stupid of him. Like, I think it would have been much better if he never brought on Watts to help hack into Penny, and Watts just found a way to hack into her some other way. Because then that way, Watts could have hacked into Penny, and then Penny would be disobeying Ironwood's orders, and he would have no idea, like, what exactly why. He would think she's just betraying him, and he would have no idea that she's been hacked, she's unconscious. It would, like, play into his paranoia. He would think she's just betraying him, turning her back on him, and abandoning him. And it would just play into, like, the aspects of Ironwood's character we've seen before, and it would have felt much more natural. Ironwood is the most disappointing part of this volume. And it's tough because he is also, like, our main antagonist for this volume, which I don't think needed to happen. We have villains. We have an entire rogues gallery of villains all dicking around doing their own thing. Ironwood could have worked really good as an anti-hero, but the fact that we've gone so heavy-handed with making him the bad guy is a bit of a detriment to this volume. That doesn't make it any less enjoyable, though. It just makes it confusing, especially off the heels of last volume, where his setup was much more believable, grounded in reality. But like I said, I really, really enjoyed this episode. It was great. It addressed a lot of the things that I had complaints with last time, and it seems to be going back up and with quality. And I'm just still super excited to see what's going to happen. We're getting really close to the finale now. The only things that kind of disappointed me, other than what I already said, was I really wanted to see Ren talk to Nora, but that's like on the first thing I want to see for next time. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that we finally see that. There's a lot of interesting elements at play now. The heroes are back together. Neo has the lamp. Cinder's working with Watts. Emerald's with the heroes. Nora's bedridden. Penny's still hacked and upset. Things are happening, and now there's this bomb. I'm excited to see how it's all going to come together. So I hope you're excited too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Nako, Michael, James Dodds, Cool Duck, Andrew, Ramiel, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, G Extreme, Classy Critic, Surge, Dakota D, Taj, Boulder Off Bros, Noah Perkins, and Sunny Shy. Thank you all so much for watching this video. How did you feel about this episode? I thought this was great. Especially, like, the visuals were great. What's your thoughts on Ironwood and, like, Cinder working with Watts and all this stuff? There's a lot that happening in this episode. Also, what are your thoughts and predictions for how this volume is going to end? Because we only have, like, 4 episodes left. So I'm jazzed, and I'm so excited, and I want to hear everything you have to say about this episode and this volume so far. Any and all thoughts and opinions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.